Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of my Manchester United career on FIFA 14. Now, if you've only just joined me, you're probably wondering, well, hold on, this isn't Man United, this is Holland. That's because I took up the Holland job, if you didn't know already, and here we are in the World Cup. So, you guys asked for it in, I think it was a couple of episodes ago. You guys wanted to see what I got up to with Holland in the World Cup and who we were drawn against. You've already seen the groups in the last episode. If you didn't see that, we're in Group A. We've got to play Turkey, we've got to play Belgium and Uruguay. Our first game of the tournament was against Turkey, which you guys are watching right now. And as my United career progressed, we had these international friendlies pop up here and there, which is to be expected as soon as you take the international job. And so we played the likes of Uruguay, who are also in our group, South Africa. We managed to pick up some good results, even though there wasn't really much on the line, but we scored some great goals. It's looking very promising ahead of the World Cup. Now, I was getting excited for this because it was going to be my first competitive tournament in charge of Holland, and it meant that I was going to be using Van Persie again up front. He was going to be one of my main players alongside Ian Robben. Also had De Jong in the side, Wijnaldum. We had Janmaat, Schneider, Van der Vaart, Strootman, the list goes on, and it's a team that can potentially go all the way in the World Cup and lift it. I thought it was a damn shame that Holland just couldn't go all the way in the final. They could have easily have done that. I thought that they controlled that game against Argentina in the semi-finals. I personally didn't think there was any need whatsoever for Holland to play for penalties. Their philosophy of just keep passing the ball from defender to goalkeeper to midfielder to defender and so on. At times it seemed as though Holland were slightly afraid to go for it and push forwards. And that's understandable in one sense, that Argentina are great at counter-attacking. They've got some pacey wingers. They've got Messi as well, sitting back and just waiting for that moment to strike. But on the other hand, there were so many occasions where Holland did push forwards and Argentina were looking very, very shaky at the back. And it was there. It was there for Holland's taking. They could have took it. And they could have possibly come away with a 1-0, maybe even a 2-0 win. Because I don't think Messi really introduced himself that much. He didn't make himself known in the game. I thought Holland did a great job containing Messi, keeping him quiet, shutting him down and not allowing him to work his magic. I think De Jong was doing the majority of that, but he had to come off early. Because he started with an injury, a slight injury or something like that, if I remember. Actually, I remember them saying that he miraculously recovered from a groin injury. And so he started the game, but Van Gaal had to take him off as I think it was worsening or something like that. But anyway, I thought he did a good job of just basically stifling Messi in that position. And I think Holland, they only had something like 5 shots in total. And the majority of those, they were off target. Van Persie wasn't allowed to get going either. Robben had a poor game. And when it came to penalties, Sillerson for Holland, it was a shame for him as well. You know, there's so much pressure. I mean, the whole country, the whole of Holland were watching. And they were relying on Sillerson to pull off a save, trying to step up like Krul did in the previous game against Costa Rica when it came to penalties. It just wasn't to be. And I lost my damn bet as well. You know, I actually, as soon as I saw Holland beat Spain, their opening game of the World Cup, I thought, you know what, I think Holland are going to go pretty far here. Had a cheeky little bet on that Holland would go all the way and actually win the competition. And I came so close. I kind of wish now that I went with my instincts and said that Germany were going to win it, because obviously Germany did actually win the World Cup. That was a fantastic goal, by the way. Mario Götze coming on. Fantastic. What a finish. Just chesting the ball down and then on the volley. Brilliant. You couldn't have asked for a better World Cup winning goal than that. So anyway, as you guys have been watching, my first game in the World Cup was against Turkey. And we lost it. I was shell-shocked. I wasn't very happy. I felt like chucking my controller at the wall. It was one of those moments. Losing 1-0 to Turkey, you know, with the team that I had, we should be winning that game, really. No offence to Turkey or anything, but we should be winning it. The hope was still there, though, that we could still qualify. All we had to do was win our last 2 games against Uruguay and Belgium, but that was going to be a tough test in itself. Our second game was against Uruguay. got off to a good start. Robin van Persie made it 1-0. As you just saw, Luis Suarez got the equaliser in the 65th minute. But there's still plenty of time. We could still get a win from this. And as you're watching right now, we had this corner and it was hectic. It was all over the place, just players rushing here and there, trying to just get that ball across the line, make it 2-1, and then just defend for the rest of the game and hold on to that lead. But it just wasn't to be, and it ended in a draw, exactly the same outcome as it was in that international friendly against Uruguay not so long ago, if you guys can remember that. So, very disappointing, but we can still qualify. We can still just about qualify if we beat Belgium. So here was our group stage after that game against Uruguay. Belgium and Turkey, they've got a game in hand, they've got to play each other, and it all comes down to that result. If that game ends in a draw, the chances of us heading to the next round, very slim. We would have to make sure that we beat Belgium 3-4-0 and not concede any goals whatsoever, and maybe we could go through on goal difference. But the way it was going, it was exactly the same as it was for England in real life. We was picking up the same results. How odd is that? Obviously not the exact same results, because England lost their first game, they lost their second, both games ending 2-1 to the opposition, and then their last game in the group stage ended in a draw. So we'd already lost our first game, then we drew our second, as you've just seen, against Uruguay, but there was this one against Belgium. I had to win it. As you've already seen in the group stage, we had to make sure that we were in goal-scoring form, goal-scoring mind, and just ready to take it to Belgium. But they've got a tough side, as you know. They've got Benteke, they've got Hazard, who is such a threat down that left side, and Morales is another player that you need to watch out for. Look at this for a shot from Van der Vaart. Did the ball cross the line there as Courtois tried to hold on to it, and then he stumbled across the line? Did it go across the line? We could do with some goal technology. But Strootman here put Holland 1-0 up. It's a good start right before half-time as well. We had to build from there. We had to make sure that we went into the second half and got another goal or two just to end this one, and we could possibly go through to the next round of the World Cup, all dependent on that result between Belgium and Turkey. And look at the ball that I'm using as well for the World Cup. Do you remember it from the FIFA World Cup 2002 when it was in Japan? It was the Adidas FIFA Nova, I think it was. I really like that football for the Japan World Cup. I thought it was brilliant, and I'd probably go as far as saying that that's probably my favourite football for a World Cup tournament. I thought it was brilliant. You know how it's gold and it's got that little symbol, the Adidas symbol, on the middle of the ball? I thought it was excellent. What's your favourite football for the World Cup tournament, guys? Let me know in the comments below. And just look at that, for another opportunity for Holland to extend their lead to 2. It's what we needed, and it was Kevin Strootman with the header, the guy that already opened up the scoring in this game. And Martins Indy, what are you doing? Actually, you know, going back looking at that footage, I don't think I could have left that for the goalkeeper. He just wasn't in the right position to dive across and save it. And I had to find a way to clear it, but then I saw Benteke sneaking in the picture, and I was like, no! Don't you dare touch that ball. And he snuck it in, got the equaliser for Belgium. Now with just under 10 minutes to go of the game, from a corner, Marouane Fellaini heads the ball into the back of the net, putting Belgium into the lead for the first time in this game. Almost haunting me, because I hadn't played him that much for Manchester United in the season. It's almost Fellaini saying, well, because you didn't start me for United, your international side's going to go out the World Cup now. How do you like that bag of apples? And then, to add insult to injury, Kevin De Bruyne made it 3-1 to Belgium in the 90th minute. Holland are out of the FIFA World Cup 2014. Very sad to see. Very disappointed, to be honest, in my own performances here. I thought that we had some cracking games in those international friendlies, but unfortunately those performances just didn't carry on over to when it mattered the most in the World Cup for Holland. Very deflating, and we couldn't even get past the group stage. Very disappointing, it really is. And there is the final group standings. Belgium and Turkey are through, and looking at the final group standings, Holland, we could have got through after all if I had have beaten Belgium by 3 or 4 goals and kept that clean sheet. We would have gone through on goal difference. Such a very frustrating tournament. Holland out with just 3 games gone, and there is that inevitable headline, supporters upset with PAYTON, and that's the first time I've had a headline like that. for me on a FIFA career mode. But anyway, looking ahead to next season with Manchester United, I have received a transfer budget of exactly 30 million to spend, a wage budget of 140,000. Not too bad. It was to be expected because I didn't win the Premier League. I wasn't even in the Champions League. I got knocked out of the FA Cup. I only came away with the Capital One Cup and the Community Shield at the start of the season. So next season, it's definitely going to be a belter. Looking forward to challenging for the title yet again and bringing in some top players. It's going to be brilliant. Hope you guys have enjoyed the first season, and I'll see you all very soon for the next one. Thanks for watching.